It's only 11 something, but why does it feel like it's 2 something? We just vibing, we just crazy, baby.
What's up, YouTube? It's Cralisa Victoria. I'm back with another video. Today is y'all's blessed day because I have posted a couple videos for you today, so you guys should be in amazement that I actually am posting this many videos in a day. I think I've posted maybe 3 videos today, 2 or 3 videos, but anyway, I wanted to come to you guys and tell you a little bit about the LSAT, but before we get there, let's just talk about thanking you guys for coming back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, then make sure you subscribe. If you've already been subscribed, thank you. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe my videos. Everyone subscribe, like, comment, share, subscribe. But basically, by the title of this video, of course, you guys can guess what we're going to be talking about. That's the LSAT. If you guys don't know what the LSAT basically focuses on, this is like the law school admissions test, and basically this is a 2017 version that I have, which is 5 practice tests by Russ Faulkner, who has a JD, and then Drew D. Johnson, but you guys can see that. And then there's also a little book that is Pass Key to the LSAT, 2nd edition. Now let me tell you guys about these books real quick. They're not that cheap. They're not that expensive, but they're not that cheap either. There are some books that they probably start somewhere about, I would say about the $30 range and up, unless you find it used. You might get it cheaper, but if you want heavy duty, like this is 2017. I was in Barnes & Noble, and there was a 2019 book that was $80, and I was like, sleep? No, unless it's going to give me the answers to the test, I'm not buying $80 worth book. But instead of buying anything, because I have an LSAT book and I have to look through my things to see if I can find it or if I gave it away, I'm not certain yet. I didn't purchase one. What I did was I searched in my local library. They did not have any LSAT books, but they looked at another branch that did. So I drove 20 minutes away, which I think is worth the drive when you don't want to buy a book off the cuff because you don't know exactly which book you want to buy. There's a lot of different ones, and in the past I've used Kaplan, and I also used one that the LSAT actually sent it to me. So it's probably somewhere in my things. I'm going to look through it. Hopefully I find it. If not, I'm going to invest in another book of my own, one that's a 2019 edition, but I have to search through which reviews to figure out which is going to be the better version to get, because in the past Kaplan, I've had the Kaplan book that didn't really do anything for me, and I also got LSAT tutoring, and I didn't feel like that did much for me at all. So I'm back in the groove of things. I remember when I was younger, there was only really 2 career fields that I wanted to endeavor, like kind of engage in, and that was becoming a news anchor, like a reporter, being on television and just being in the face of news. And then I also wanted to pursue law. I am currently a realtor, which is fine because business has always been up my alley, and I currently have my own fashion line and things like that. So I have quite a few things. I have a few books that I've written. I have quite a few hustles, but I've always been in love with business, and I've always been in love with fashion. So as you can see, the 2 choices that I just told you, those are very much so dealt with business and within fashion. So because as a reporter, you're getting dressed every day, you're looking cute, you're going on air, and then as a lawyer, you are about your books, you're a no-nonsense type of person, you're getting it done. Like, it's a special skill set for all of it. But anyway, I remember going to college and, studying, get my degree in criminal justice sociology, and my goal was always to come out of college and go get my JD MBA. I knew it, my family knew it, everyone around me knew it, that was the goal, my JD MBA. So as I started to study for the LSAT, mind you, I graduated from college a couple years early, so my mind was always focused, no matter how young I was coming out of college. But had I passed my test earlier on, or I just stayed at it, I would probably have been a lawyer by 22, 23 years old, because I came out of college early. But I, like I said, don't like to get too far into religion on my channel, but I believe in God, and I'm just going to acknowledge him in this moment. But, I feel like God sets your path send your path a different way to grow you, and to teach you. And I think that if I were to pass the LSAT coming straight out of school and I became that lawyer, maybe I would have missed some of the life lessons that I needed to learn, and that didn't even have to do with school. So even though I could have had that, JD early on, I am grateful for every step of the way that it took me to get to where I am today. So needless to say, I wasn't getting the score that I wanted to get on the LSAT, so I don't want to say that I gave up. I just took another route. And when I say I took another route, I focused on getting my MBA. I took some time, I worked within my field, I did some internships, and I did some things like that. I've never had a break from hustling. That's one thing I must say. People come out of college and they take 3-year breaks, 2-year breaks, 1-year breaks. I've never had a break. I'm always hustling. It's just which direction is my hustle at the moment. So basically, I ended up not getting the scores that I needed. I applied to some law schools, didn't get into them, which even if I did at the time, I wouldn't have pretty much probably accepted the offers because I would have wanted a higher score so that I can be in scholarship range. So down the road, I started to look into my MBA program. I ended up doing my MBA. I ended up passing the program. So, I got half of what I initially wanted, which was the JD MBA. At this current moment, I do believe that I still want to get my law degree. It was that between the law degree, the JD, and doing a master's of law. The master's of law will allow for you to do some things like mediation, different litigation, different things without having to have obtained a Juris Doctor. However, you are not basically you're not going to come from a master's of law and take the bar. You will come from a JD program and take the bar. And there's a lot of people who pass law school but don't pass the bar. And when you don't pass the bar, you don't practice as an attorney. So let's be clear right there. Just because you're coming out of law school does not make you an automatic like Esquire. Yes, you are considered, you got your JD, you're a lawyer type, but you are not Esquire until you pass that bar. So anyway, I'm back in the swing of things, wanting to pick up my law books, but I just wanted you guys to basically understand, don't give up. Timing is timing, and, as long as you stay persistent in what you want, you will always be able to get what you want. So I picked these books up from the library, which I would encourage you guys to do as well if you haven't had the time to scope out which books that you want. But basically, the reason they put so much emphasis on these tests are because it is a strong indication as to what you're going to do on the bar. So if you're scoring low in the LSAT, their future prediction of you is that you're not going to pass the bar. You're going to score lower on the bar and you're not going to pass the bar. So because that is a strong predicator, that's why they put so much emphasis on it. There's other schools who've started to do programs that don't put emphasis on this and see how you do in the program in itself to see if you're going to exceed even though you're somebody who falls short of the scores. So there's different segues into this field. But basically when you do LSAT and things like that, all of your stuff is done in LSAC, LSAC, that's how they spell it, .org. And your professors would have to send recommendations through there for you, your basically like your everything, your character fitness, all of that. It's the application is a little bit different from what you would do for undergrad, but if you're pursuing this route and you get there, just type in lsac.org, lsac.org. I'm not sponsored in this video either. I'm just telling you guys. And there's also a phone number there to call to see how you operate everything. They're pretty good about answering questions and getting you your information you need. They also have fee waiver assistance if you need that because the tests are pretty expensive. At one point, they only offered this test 4 times a year. It is now being offered 7 times a year. So shout out to LSAT for opening up the availability of the offerings of the test. But basically, to prepare for the LSAT, you're going to have to be in your house, well, in a coffee shop. It doesn't matter where you go, but you need to practice as though you're in the exam room. The exam is comprised of like 4 or 5 different sections. Don't quote me, I don't remember, I have to read through. But it's about 4.5 hours, the test. And it covers different sections, logic games, reading comprehension, all of the like, okay? And when I study, I turn off the music, I turn off everything, and I study as if I'm in the room. I set a timer and I take the test. Last night I did one test 35 minutes, quiet, and I set the timer. You know, they don't penalize you for the ones you get wrong. They do give you points for the ones you get right. So in essence, you don't want to skip any blanks. If the teacher says 5 minutes remaining and you got 5 questions left, my encouragement to you would be go bubble in all of your answers that you want, which a lot of times stick with the same answer. So if it's going to be C, C all the way down. And then within those 5 minutes, go back and read. Just don't leave anything blank, because you could guess 5 C's and get 3 C's right that you just guessed on. So never leave anything blank on the LSAT is what I would tell you guys. But when you know that the time is almost done and you got about 5-6 more questions, just bubble them all in and then go back and read what you can until she calls time, because that's just a strategy to take. I think they let you wear your wristwatch. Of course, not digital. I think you have to just wear the regular wristwatch, not like a smart watch or anything like that, just a regular watch. Don't forget that day of test day, so you can keep track of your time, because if the clock is behind you, you don't want to keep doing this the whole test. If it's in front of you, it's to your benefit, but you don't want to guess. You want to just bring your watch just in case. Even when you do your photo, they tell you certain measurements and how your picture has to be taken. If you have glasses, you can't have glare in the picture. Like, they are so strategic, and if you don't abide by their rules, you can be turned away on the day of test day. So you want to make sure that you fully read all the instructions, get proper rest when you're about to go into taking the test. Understand that it's 4.5 hours. If you're taking it on a weekend, that's not on a Saturday, Friday, you do not need to be going out with the homies. No, you need to be asleep. You need to prepare, get your mind together, get your 8 hours of sleep, prepare your snacks in the morning. I think you can bring snacks. So to prepare everything, bring your pencils, make sure they're sharpened, make sure you follow everything to a T. Because even if you pass the test, if you don't have discipline and you don't have structure, you're not going to go far in your careers. You're just not. So in the small things, do what you can. Set a regimen and go after what you need to do. So start with the little, and then as you are given much, you will do a lot better. So I hope this video helps someone when it comes down to the LSAT. Just me talking a little bit about the LSAT prep. But until next time, I will see you lovely people in my next video. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and for real, comment, talk to me in the comment section below. And until next time, I will see all of you beautiful people in the next video.
It's only 11 something, but why does it feel like it's 2 something?